first part of our England episode. Trains, buses, balloons, monuments, and all the pomp and ceremony of London. In this one, we travel to a more pastoral setting. One that exudes a noble charm and a sense of mystery. Join us as Asian Air Safari visits the English countryside. As the old saying goes, an Englishman's home is his castle. Not even the Queen of England may enter unless it is with his permission. That is why I felt lucky to be invited to stay in my friend Pete Bish's home. Pete and his wife Elaine live in a refurbished 100-year-old farmhouse in Hungerford, Berkshire County. Gentle rolling hills, wheat fields, grazing sheep, and horses. A flower-eating hare was a regular unwelcome guest in Elaine's garden. A retired air traffic controller, Pete keeps busy running Zebedee Balloon services out of his home.
Joy, I'd like you to see the Zebedee Emporium. You've heard a lot about it.
And got a lot of things from it. Hey, Dick.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. We're having fun so far.
All right, great.
Pete, I didn't realize this place was so big. You've got everything here. And all this stuff, you've just been keeping all the time and just
Well,
hoping
it's
that
changing all the time. The idea is that we sell it and then replace it with more stuff. We have, as you can see, 3 machines, although in fact that was the very first machine we bought when we started in 1972.
Yes.
Just a single needle Singer, and then from there we progressed to a twin needle and the latest brother.
More baskets and trailers. This is too much.
Well, in fact, this area is 3 things really. We have around the outside on the racking are old balloons which are being stored for the British Balloon Museum and Library.
Wow.
Just come over here because there's a couple of items I think you will recognise.
Okay, this one looks very familiar.
Well, this is how we first started coming to the Philippines with the British Airways balloon in 1991.
Yes, of course, I
and the
remember.
Dante Group operate that, and we keep it here, and we do some regular flying from the UK with it and other places around the world.
Apart from ballooning, Pete also flies airplanes. We fly together every time he visits me in the Philippines.
Joy, I did promise you that I would show you something that is a little bit different, particularly to this part of England.
And what is it?
It's the crop circle.
Oh!
And when they first appeared, it was believed that they were either made by aliens or by effects of the weather. And the effect is that you end up with circular patterns in wheat fields.
Perfect ones, right?
Perfectly round, and they had a tendency of appearing overnight. They've become much more common, and particularly in the county of Wiltshire. It's just down the road, and I believe we'll find some.
We were off to the Jacot farm airstrip, where Pete hangars his plane. Jacot is certainly one of the most unique airfields I've been to. Being an antique piper restorer myself, I was impressed with how Pete did his clipper. The original look, instruments, and details were professionally done.
Pete, this is the original color when they were manufactured?
It's not the original paint, but it's an original
Design.
colour scheme,
Yeah.
original design.
Wow. Spars are wood or metal?
Spars are metal.
Okay. So it's like a cub already?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Same style?
Yeah.
Yep, same
moving
style.
tailplane
Right.
on the trim.
Original Scott tail wheel? Or was
Whether it's original, I'm not sure.
Oh, you have the door at the back.
Yeah, so
That's-
so back door on the left-hand side. For
Yes,
the rear
passengers. Yeah. Any special reason for Bravo India?
Yeah. When the guy that rebuilt it was Ian, so it's GB for Great Britain,
Yes.
Ian and Pete. This is It's reliable, but it doesn't give you the bit that's critical. It's
Yes.
now it reads nothing in there, but there's half an hour in there at least.
Okay.
So you have to do it on time.
And you've got what, 108 horsepower here?
108, yeah. Lycoming 0235.
Yep.
This was the height of crop circle season in Wiltshire, and Pete knew of some good spots where they were likely to appear. Who knows, we might see some aliens as well. It wasn't long before we spotted our first crop circle. During the early 1970s, unexplained, perfectly symmetrical patterns began appearing in the cornfields of Wiltshire. Speculations that alien beings were behind these symbols began to fly. Others thought they were formed by cyclonic wind action. Long before the crop circle phenomena, Wiltshire County was believed to be the converging point of powerful natural energies. There are several equally mysterious monuments dating back to antiquity found here, such as the 4,000-year-old Silbury Hill, the largest man-made hill in Europe. Originally thought to have been a burial mound, no grave has been found on this ancient site. Its purpose, unknown. The Wiltshire White Horses, giant figures carved out of the chalk hills during the Saxon times. The Uffington horse, dating back to 1200 BC, is the oldest example. Remains of Iron Age hill forts blend with the medieval towns in seamless fashion. From my point of view, I was viewing a giant map tracing back the breathtaking history of England. Whether you believe that crop circles were made by aliens or by bored university students, they've certainly brought a lot of tourists to Wiltshire, including myself. Back in Pete's home, a traditional English roast dinner was on hand. Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. I was introduced to Dan Kitty and his wife Norma, who invited us to go on a cruise up the Avon Canal the following day when Asian Air Safari returns.